welcome back to Sanetresses. So today we're going to be doing a different video. So I'm going to be showing you my most repurchased beauty products. So we'll have a little bit of makeup and a bit of skincare as well. I've seen this tag going around, and I really wanted to share with you guys what I really buy, because I know sometimes we talk about products and we're like, oh, this product is the best, this product is amazing. But a true test of it is, am I going to buy it again? Okay, so if I'm buying it again, it shows that I really like it and it really does work for my skin. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kidzy, and if you're an oldie but a goldie, thank you so much for sticking around with me throughout this journey of mine. Okay, I'm going to start right away. If you want to see what are my most repurchased products of 2019, then keep on watching. So we'll start with the first thing. I'll do skincare later, and let's start with the makeup. So when I'm starting off with my makeup, I love to start it off with a prepping spray. It's like a makeup prepping spray. And I've got two with me right now. I've got a cheaper version, I've got a drugstore one, and I have a high-end one. My favorite makeup primer, which is very affordable, is from Essence. It's the Prime & Studio HD Hydro Primer Spray. And this is what it looks like. It's really affordable. This one, if you're in the UAE, is about 17 dirhams if I'm not mistaken. I have bought probably this more than 5 times by now. Like every time I get into a Carrefour, I make sure I pick up a bottle. I'm actually almost running out of this one, and sometimes I buy 2 of them because it's quite affordable. So I really try and pick up one whenever I go into a Carrefour. And it's got coconut water as well. It's very hydrating. I love that it's got glycerin as one of the top 2 ingredients, and it's got the coconut water in it as well. So I really like it, and it leaves my skin so hydrated, and whatever I put on top of it, it just goes on seamlessly. I actually find it to be more hydrating than my other setting spray that I really like and have repurchased, I don't know. From the time I knew it, maybe by now it's probably near 10 times that I've purchased this MAC Fix Plus. I used to purchase the original one, and once they started bringing in the scented ones, I've really repurchased the rose scented one. So this is from the MAC Cosmetics MAC store. So any MAC store in the malls you will find it. And this is a 100 milliliter bottle, and it's about 100 dirhams per bottle. I really like to use this when prepping my skin. It's really hydrating, but for some reason I did my makeup recently and I was using it, and I found it to be less hydrating than that one. I guess this one has more glycerin or something about it. It's just magical, which is great, because then that means I'm not going to be buying MAC Fix Plus most likely. So the second thing that I've repurchased a lot, probably 3 times by now, is the Becca Everman Poreless Priming Perfector, and it's a mattifying primer, which is really good if you've got oily skin. So normally when I go and spray my face with a prepping spray, I like to just take a bit and put it on my T-zone. So just tap it onto my forehead, onto my nose, and onto the sides of my cheeks, because that's where I get oily a lot. So this is by far my most repurchased primer to date, from the time I really found out. It doesn't feel silicone-y. When you start massaging it, it feels like a bit greasy, but then it becomes matte after a while. So make sure you don't rub it in, because it will start to form, you know, those bubbles, or what do they call them? It will start to form these horrible like linty things on your skin. So just tap it in, that way it works super well. So I would recommend this if you are an oily skin type, and this I would definitely repurchase it once I'm done. So when it comes to foundation, guys, if you watch my channel, then this is not a surprise. My most repurchased foundation to date is this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop full coverage foundation. This one is a mattifying foundation, and I've got 2 shades. I've got 2 of them in almond and another one in cinnamon. Cinnamon, I think, is the lighter one, and almond is the darker one. So my shade is in between cinnamon and almond, so I kind of have, in an ideal world, I will have both of them and mix them, but most of the time I have one of the other. This one is actually finished, but yeah, this is one of my most repurchased foundation. I really like it, and it works so well if I go in with a prepping spray that's very hydrating, because this one is very mattifying and drying. So you really need to have your face, prepped and primed super well. And I also like, it's actually what I'm wearing today, so if you can see, this is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation, and I really like it. Those for about 68 dirhams, so which is really affordable. In any NYX stores in the malls you can find it. My next most repurchased foundation is the Maybelline Super Stay foundation. I really like this foundation, and the reason why I have two of these ones, I have them in the shade, so I've got one in True Caramel, another one in Amber Beige. These are the ones that I find like locally in the stores, and I was trying to find my match, but I couldn't really find it. But online from Desert Cut AE, I can find my perfect match, which is shade number 330 Toffee Caramel. So which I am dying to repurchase again, because I really love how this foundation was. It's amazing. Again, if you're an oily skin type and you like matte foundations, the Maybelline Super Stay is really nice and lasts for a long time on your skin, which is amazing. So when we go on to concealer, I've got also two, a drugstore one and a high-end one. My drugstore version is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I love this concealer. I use the shade 40, and I've repurchased this one maybe 3 times by now, and this one is actually running out, so I really want to go and purchase it again. This one is probably around the 50-60 range, probably 50 dirhams range-wise, and you can find it in any of the Maybelline stands. I can't wait to go and repurchase this one again. Next concealer that I like that is from High End is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I have it in the shade Custard and Caramel. So Caramel is my shade, which is this one. So this one is my shade, and Caramel is a lighter version, but I can still use it due to my complexion. I've probably repurchased this one more than 5 times. This was the very first concealer that I used when I started doing makeup some time back, so I've really been purchasing it probably more than 5 times by now. It is definitely my most repurchased of all my concealers to date. The only reason that I'm not buying it is obviously it's a bit more expensive, and you find this in Sephora. And because of the smaller packaging, you kind of have to keep buying it because you run out of this so quickly. So that might be the only reason that I might not repurchase it soon. I really like it, but yeah, I wish it came in a bigger bottle again. So to set my concealer, I also have a high-end one and a drugstore one. So for my drugstore, I have the number 7 Perfect Light loose powder. So I've got 3 of them. So one of them is actually finished, so I have replaced it with my RCMA. You can find it in Boots Pharmacy, and number 7 is like their generic makeup line or beauty line. So any Boots stores will have a number 7 stand, and that's where I find it. It comes in transparent and medium. I don't know if they have another shade. So I have medium over here, but it's too dark for me, so I'll definitely use it on my friend's face. But otherwise, I use the translucent setting powder, which is amazing. Well, it actually reminds me of my high-end, most repurchased setting powder, which is the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. Because this was the translucent setting powder that I started off with. So I probably have repurchased it more than 3 times, so it will probably be more or less the same as the number 7 translucent setting powder. But the reason why I'm not buying it as it now, obviously it's a bit more expensive, and I found a drugstore dupe for it, and I really like the RCMA no color powder, which is obviously cheaper than that. But otherwise, in an ideal world, if I have more money, I would definitely repurchase this, and I do recommend it. This one is an all-time favorite, all-time amazing settings powder, hands down. So normally when I do set my concealer, I love to set the rest of my face with the face powder. So this is the NYX Stay Matte but Not Flat Powder Foundation in the shade, in the shade Sienna. So this is by far my most repurchased powder foundation of all time. I probably purchased this more than twice by now, and I really like it. It's very creamy and it sets my makeup in place. I do recommend it. I would definitely be repurchasing it. It's very affordable. I recommend it to anyone, especially if they buy NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. I do recommend them to buy this one, which is the NYX Stay Matte but Not Flat powder foundation to help set their foundation. So I really recommend this one. Definitely all-time favorite. It's hot in here. So for my eyebrows, I really like this Adele Brow Defining Kit. So as you can see, I've got two colors of it. I really like the shade that they have in this powder, which is that one. It's my favorite for setting my pomade. So I do use pomade first and then I set with the powder, but it's hard to run out of a pomade. But a pomade that I'm definitely going to be repurchasing soon is the Benefit Brow Pomade, which I really love, and I love to top it up with this one. So I will definitely, if I don't find anything cheaper than this, I'm going to keep repurchasing these Adele's because they're really nice. They set the eyebrows in place. My eyebrows will not move, will not budge. It's so hot, guys. It's about more than 40 degrees. Okay, we need to power through. If I switch on the AC, it's going to be you not hear me. So that's why I'm like in this heat. So definitely my most repurchased lipstick is the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte Lipstick in Trendsetter. So if you're an oldie, you definitely know I've been rolling with Trendsetter for a long time, probably ever since they were released. This one is my most repurchased lipstick to date. So it's a pinky mauve color, which I really like on my skin tone. Another pinky, probably Bobby pinky, but mauve as well, lipstick that I have repurchased is the Kat Von D Long Lasting Liquid in the shade Mother. I really like this on my skin tone. I was introduced to it by this mini that I was given for free at Sephora, and then I went on to buy the full-size one because I loved it. Oh God, you guys are gonna kill me! Doing this for you. I'm getting all sweaty for you. Okay, let's power through. My most repurchased lip gloss is the Essence Shine Wet Look Lip Gloss. You guys know I've been putting you guys on it forever. It's about 10 or 12 dirhams now on any Essence stand. And yeah, as you can see, this is the one that's finished, and I already have a new one ready to go because that's how I love it. I like that it's long lasting on the lips. It gives you that wet glossy lip look, which is amazing. It stays on. It smells so nice, so good, and I really like it and definitely recommend it above all else. So when it comes to makeup sponges, my most repurchased makeup sponge is this Beauty Blender, which is the black one, which is the Beauty Blender Pro. I love this one. Of all the beauty blenders that are sold in Sephora, I love the black one. I don't know, it's the way it's made. I feel like it's a lot softer and it packs on makeup or foundation a lot better than the pink one or the other ones I've tried. And when it comes to the drugstore version, this Real Techniques one, the Miracle Makeup Sponge is my most repurchased one, and I do like it. So with the Real Techniques makeup sponge, for some reason they're not consistent. Sometimes I find it's harder, sometimes you find it softer. So when I bought this one, I actually had put it aside because I didn't want to use it. It was so hard. But I kind of managed to break forth, I guess, and now it's smooth, so it's soft. So I don't use it though for my foundation. I use this for powders, and I definitely use this one for my foundations. So when it comes to setting my makeup, and I don't want it to move anywhere, my most repurchased setting spray is the Urban Decay All Nighter. My husband can actually give a testimonial on how many times he's been sent to Sephora to buy the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. He also now knows how to go to MAC Cosmetics to buy the MAC Fix Plus. So that's just how much I love this Urban Decay. This one I probably bought it more than 5 times as well. This was one of the very first setting sprays that I found out when I got into makeup. So I love the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. It puts your makeup in place. It will not budge. It will not go. This one is amazing. So if you're on the market for a setting spray, look no further. This is it. And guys, my most repurchased eyelash style is the Kiss Lush Couture 4 main collection style in Boudoir. Okay, I don't have them here, but these are Lily lashes, so it's not them. so I have them in the bathroom, but yeah, these are my most purchased ones. If I go into the store, normally I pick up Boudoir. Voluminous, they've got a bit of drama, not as much as this one, they're kind of medium drama, you know, just toned down. So I really like Boudoir and all that, so yeah. Oh God. Why am I wearing a jersey in summer? I wanted to match with my scarf. Guys, I wanted to match with my scarf and now I'm like dying. Let's go into skincare. So my most repurchased cleanser to date is the Neutrogena Visibly Clear Pink Grapefruit Facial Wash, and this is the one that comes the pink version. It's got different versions of it, and I really like the pink one. If you struggle with acne, this is very good for you. It clears impurities and it leaves you with a radiant complexion, which is really nice. I testify that it does leave you with a radiant complexion. It does have salicylic acid, I think, lactic acid, citric acid, salicylic acid, yeah. It has salicylic acid and lactic acid and citric acid, which is good for exfoliating your skin chemically and all that good stuff. I like to use it every day in the morning and at night time. I love to leave it for about 60 seconds. Sometimes I leave it on my skin as kind of like a mask, and sometimes I just work it through my face for 60 seconds, and I find that it works better because I'm actually giving it a chance to do its thing. So I've probably purchased this one twice. This one is my second bottle, and I will keep purchasing it because I really like it. Mostly with facial washes, I've never really repurchased one before. I normally have a facial wash and then I kind of change. So this one is probably my most repurchased one to date, and I really like it. It's so affordable as well. You can find it in Carrefour, or Lulu, or any supermarket, or anywhere where there's Neutrogena, really. And when I'm removing my makeup, my most repurchased makeup remover is the Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water in Oil. My husband is also testimonial as to how many times he's gone to buy this. He now knows it. If I just say Garnier Micellar Water, he will go and pick this one. He now knows what it is. So I use it a lot, and I use it with square pads. I just blop a little bit on and then I use it to take off my makeup. So this is the first thing that hits my face when I'm washing my makeup off. Like now, you know, if I want to wash this is the first thing that hits my face. I've probably purchased this almost up to 5 times by now, and I really like it, and it lasts for a long time. It comes with a travel version as well of it, so yeah, I totally recommend this, and I don't see myself changing my micellar water anytime soon. It's affordable. I love cleansing balms, but this is super affordable, and it gets the work done. So after I remove my makeup with this, I go in with the cleanser, and my skin is fresh. So again, if you are an oldie, you would know that this is my favorite moisturizer, the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Gel Cream. I love this. It's got hyaluronic acid, which is great. It can hold 1,000 times its weight in water. So it's really good, super hydrating. I really love it and recommend it. I've probably bought this one more than 5 times as well. I really like it from the time that I got to know it. I've never gone to buy anything else, and this is normally around the 40-30 depending on where you find it. Guys, I love the whole range because that's where I get my SPF as well. This one is the Hydro Boost City Shield Hydrating Lotion, and it's got SPF of 25. It's really important, kids, to wear your SPF, and I really like that it's absorbed into the skin right away and does not leave, you know, ashiness or a white cast on my skin. So I totally recommend it, and I've also repurchased it a lot of times, probably the same time or maybe a bit less because it's bigger, but otherwise whenever it's finished I make sure I buy another one. And there's the eye cream off it as well that I really like to repurchase. So y'all guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments down below what is your most repurchased beauty item. If you wear makeup, what's your most repurchased makeup product? Maybe I could go in and give it a try, you know, and all that good stuff. So make sure you comment down below and let me know. And until next time, I love this. God willing, God bless you. I love you so much. And it's time for me to say bye-bye.